Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I will show you guys how exactly you guys can triple any ring base which is out there. There are a couple of little things you can learn. I will show you guys obviously with the main strategy, Queen Charge Miners, but over the video I will give you guys a couple of tricks on how you guys can triple the ring bases with Yeti Smash and other strategies as well. There are a couple of small things which you have to keep in mind if you're taking ring bases, and I will talk about all of this in this video. I recently, I'm pushing at the moment quite decently in Legend League, and yesterday was actually a pretty good day, with 291 trophies, which isn't too bad, and we're coming across of a lot of ring bases. So I want to show you guys all of those ring bases and how to attack those, and whenever you're taking a ring base, there are a couple of things you always have to keep in mind. So I will talk about all of this in today's video. So let's get started with the first attack on this base, which is pretty common, I would say. So what is the main thing to go for? I'm using Queen Charge Miners for this. This is going to be the army composition for this video, but we're going to talk about Yeti Smash and other strategies as well, so make sure to stay tuned for those tips and tricks. So for the miner one, it's always that you're going into one part of the ring, which means you want to enter anywhere into the ring, I don't know, it doesn't matter. You can enter anywhere in the base. The important thing is you have to look out for is going to be first, the scatter shots are nice to have, and second of all, the enemy CC. That's even more important. The most important thing is to get rid of the enemy clan castle. You don't want to have your miners facing 3 ice golems. Trust me, your miners won't like that. So the reason why we're going it in from the top is we have quick entry into the enemy clan castle due to the range of the enemy CC, and obviously we're getting rid of at least one scatter shot. If my queen is going this way, we get this scatter shot. If my queen is going this way, we get this scatter shot. So this is the reason why I'm coming in from the top. But what is the next as soon as we got rid of the enemy CC? As soon as we got rid of the enemy CC, we are waiting for our queen to decide on which direction she's going. Let's say she's going for this way. This means we're coming in from this side. If she is going this way, we're coming in from this side. So waiting for now for my queen to decide where to go. We're facing the enemy royal champ. No abilities needed or rage or whatsoever because the enemy royal champ is only level 11. So that's totally fine for us. Our queen is walking a bit left and right. But as soon as she decides, okay, she's going for the right. This was the moment where I was finally able to, okay, this is going to be the next phase. Which means I'm dropping a rage. You guys can see it in the air right now, okay. We dropped the rage. The next thing is we're going to the next corner where our queen did not go to, which means our queen is going into this direction. The next corner on the other side is this one, which means we want to funnel our siege barracks and our king into this corner to take out this part of the base. With taking out this and the queen taking out this part of the base, we have a really nice path for our miners into the core, and after that they can basically split and meeting up again with our queen. With this method, you can triple any base, and it's super easy to do so. Obviously, this is working with other strategies as well, but we'll talk about that in a second. So let's take a look first at my king. I'm forcing him against the wall because we didn't have too many wall breakers left. I'm always using wall breakers with this army composition. I like wall breakers a lot with the miners at the moment. I don't like the ram too much, so this is the reason why I'm bringing the wall breakers. So my miners are coming in. I have to heal spell. I have to use the heal spell really early. But, I'm using quite an amount of miners in the beginning, which is a little bit upsetting. But either way, we have now a split, which is normally the thing you want to happen. You normally want to have all of your miners going inside. But either way, it was okay. We're healing on the outside now because we're seeing there are so many miners left. But the next thing is obviously having one group into the town hall, which is taking out the town hall on its own. And obviously the queen is still alive on the other side, still has her ability left. Royal champion is coming in, and this is going to be a crazy big overkill. Our royal champ is alive, our queen is alive, our warden is alive, even the packer of the siege barrack is alive, and tons of miners. So this is going to be the first triple where I was able to show you guys where to enter. Let's take a look at the next base, and you guys will see more and more often what exactly is the go-to when you're attacking a ring base. If you guys like my videos, make sure to support me. You can go into your settings, and more settings, and at the bottom you can type in the creator code ITZU. It doesn't really matter whether it's small or big letters, just the word ITZU is important. So whenever you're buying anything, you're supporting me. Thank you guys so much. So let's get back to the next one. I'm getting attacked right now, but we want to concentrate on the offense. So the next one is going to be this replay, and this is another ring base. So once again, what is the goal? First goal, get into the ring and take out the clan castle. So what do? We obviously go once again into the ring, but we want to take out the enemy clan castle as fast as possible and without any of the damage, if that's possible. So what we are doing, we're starting in front of the clan castle to lure the clan castle like ASAP, and in addition to that, the X-bow is not making it to the outside, which means our queen is safe and we do not need a rage to take out the enemy clan castle. In addition to that, this base is pretty well upgraded. Like, we have a lot of, we have all of the X-bows maxed, we have most of the cannons maxed as well. So this base, or this guy, is nearly maxed, which means this attack is already way harder, which means we have to go for the safe option. So this means for us that we have to obviously take out the enemy clan castle, then get into the base, and after that, once again, decide where our queen is heading, starting in from the other side, normally with the king, and then the mines in between. For this one, it's different, because it's a maxed base, and it has way more damage than the usual base, because of the setup with the max defenses. So we have a small twist in here, but once again, the same idea behind that. So what do? We're first starting off, once again, with our queen, and getting into the ring. After that, we're waiting for our queen to decide which way she wants to go, which means she wants to go to the bottom. We do not really care about where she's going, because like I said, all we want is to get her into the ring and go somewhere. Like, it doesn't really matter where she's going, just somewhere. Because there's so much damage and we do not have any rages left, we need to use our minus not in between of our king and queen, where she's not going. We want to use our minus into the queen, kinda. So the mines are supporting the queen. So let's take a look at the right side. We're taking out this part of the base, which means the left part is taking out, like this part. The right part is taking out, like this one, which means we can once again use our minus in between. The reason why we're not doing it like this and then the minus in between is basically because, like I said, we want to support our queen. We want to make sure that our queen is actually staying alive. Now the big group of mines are getting into the core. We see there are a couple of ground skeletons, so we have to be careful with the warden ability, but because there's no more splash damage on there, that's no problem. We wanted to actually use the warden ability, but I pressed by accident the Royal Champion ability, which was a little bit upsetting. But either way, now the warden ability is coming in, making sure that our mines are staying alive. We have still one freeze and one heal spell left, which means we should be able to make it through the scatter shot, freezing the scatter shot in the core. Next heal for the scatter shot. Like I said, the scatter shots are one of the most important defenses if you're playing with miners. And after that, it's only a time thing, basically. We made our queen stay alive, which secured us the triple. And yeah, once again, the same thing. Final one side with your queen, the other one with the siege barracks and king, minus in between, easy triple. If you guys are attacking with Yetis and P.E.K.K.A smash whatsoever, I see so many players who are saying, okay, Yetis or P.E.K.K.A or whatever are getting countered by ring bases. That's not true. What you want to do is normally on ring bases with Yeti smash, etc., is you take out one part of the base, for example, like one corner of the base with your warden walk. Then you're taking your siege machine on one part of the base, like your siege barracks or slammer, whatever, and then the P.E.K.K.A smash in between. This is normally working really well as well, and has the same idea behind that as I'm doing with the miners. But the best way on how to triple ring bases is still the miner way, because they're just working way better together with the queen charge, etc. So let's take a look at the next base, and this is like this base is classic. Like, everyone knows this base. This is the base which everyone hates and just do not like to attack. But let's take a look at this base with queen charge miners. And once again, we have the same idea as always, basically. We want to take out the enemy clan castle as fast as possible. We want to enter at a corner because that's normally easier to funnel. And that's it. After that, we do not care anymore about what our queen is doing or what she's getting. After that, we're only waiting for where our queen is going in the core. So, once again, we're getting into the base, luring the enemy clan castle early. This time, because of the funnel, we are starting with our king to funnel everything inside. We should have just used the baby dragon. I don't know why I placed the king. Either way, it worked in the end, but still, you should have used the baby dragon over there, or wizard. I think the reason why I did not use the baby dragon was because of the 2 air defenses. But either way, my queen is coming back. Now we're using the test wall breaker, more wall breakers in behind, and freezing the enemy Inferno Tower, getting the wall break into the base. Easy going so far. Which means for now, we do not care about our queen anymore. We just want to make sure that our queen is walking somewhere and she's kind of safe. Which means for us, okay, we now have to wait. Where's our queen going? Is she going to the top or to the bottom? Either way, we're starting from the other corner with our miners. So let's wait. Queen is going for the archer tower. Queen is going for the X-bow, which means she's going to the top. So this means let's get over here, which means we can start over here with our siege barracks. Like I said, siege barracks, then a couple of wizards in behind, miners in between of the corners, and then the royal champion as well to funnel everything inside, because we do not have the king anymore to funnel in the second layer and stuff like that. So let's get started. Here's spell for the enemy siege. How do you say that? The scatter shot, sorry. And then a nice freeze into the core, which keeps our queen a little bit more healthy. But she would soon die. It doesn't really matter at this point. We have all of our miners going into the core, going for the town hall, and this means we can use our warden ability in a second really nicely. Right now, all of the miners are in the warden ability. We can use a nice heal spell over all of the enemy heroes. My own royal champion is still in the warden ability, is getting healed up as well with the other miners. And this means this is going to be an easy snack. You guys can see how fast the buildings are dropping. This is a nice way on how to see on how many miners are still alive. I don't know, I would say there are about 15 miners still alive at least. And yeah, this base is completely wrecked. Once again, the same idea. Get into one corner of the base. You could go into anywhere like in the base, but corner is always easier to funnel in a ring base normally. So this is why we're going into a corner, getting rid of the enemy CC, letting our queen walk, and then the miners just in between of the next corner where we are placing the king and the siege barracks, and so on. So let's take a look at the next base, because like I said, there are a couple of different ring bases out there, where there's the next one. There are a couple of different ring bases out there. This is going to be another ring base. And once again, we're doing the same exact thing as always. The reason, like with a small mix this time, the reason why we're going for the right entry, which means we are going in over here, the reason for that is because we can lure the enemy clan castle. We can lure the clan castle over here, which means the clan castle is coming over. And the reason why we're going in over here is because we can take out the scatter shot immediately without going actually into the base. That's super nice for us, and really, really nice entry to get into. So, queen is deployed, coconut loon, healers in behind. I don't know, I'm dropping my healers normally way too late. It's a huge thing. Rage was too late as well. This means I need to use my free spell way earlier than I had to. Like if I would have placed the rage way earlier, would have been easy without the thing. But either way, taking care of the enemy archers, taking care of the enemy scatter shots. Now the ice golems are coming in, and this means once again, from this point on, we have the enemy clan castle. Now we just have to wait. Where is our queen going? Is she going to the bottom or is she going to the top side? You can see already the cannon is the next building, which means she's most likely going to the bottom. Which means we can start on the other side with our king and siege barracks. So like always, same procedures every year. We're going in from the other side with our king and siege barrack, funnel everything, and then once again in between the miners. It's always the same idea, and it's always working. So king ability is getting used, king is funneling perfectly, queen on the other side is still alive. We're using a freeze really soon to make sure that the Inferno Tower is not killing our healers too quickly. Meanwhile, our miners are coming in, royal champion is coming with them. Normally you want to try to like split the miners and the royal champion a little bit. On this one, it was like the best option. Another rage for the core, just to make sure that the enemy town hall is going down fast. And then the warden ability, my own queen is still alive, Hawk Riders on the left are still alive, and then just the loon for the coconut loon for the Joe Tesla, and that's it. That's another base completely wrecked. And now you guys might think, okay, this is working pretty decent against ring bases. Is this working against other bases as well? So let's take a look at one of the most famous bases right now in Legend League. And normally it's super annoying to attack this one, but there are a couple of different versions of this one out there. So this is one of those ring bases as well, but one of the really popular ones. Sometimes this scatter shot is located over here, like this scatter shot is like here, but it doesn't really matter. Like this base, you can triple it whenever you see this base or a base which is similar to this. You can always triple it the same way with Queen Charge Miners. So what you're doing, you're always going in from the upper right side, wall break the queen in, and then lure the enemy clan castle, or just let the clan castle come out by its own. As soon as you kill the enemy clan castle, you just like get in the king on the other side with the siege barracks, minus in between, and it's a triple. That's it. It sounds stupid, it sounds easy, and it is. Like, try it on your own. It is really simple, like, trust me. So, we're breaking our queen in, letting our queen do her thing. Just to lure the enemy clan castle, we are dropping a couple of wizards to get rid of the enemy, or like, of the outside buildings over here. Meanwhile, healers in behind of the queen, and then we can lure the enemy clan castle. So, miners in, enemy clan castle is lured. So far, so good. Like I said, as soon as the enemy clan castle is down, we're starting off with our king on the other side of the base. Which means, okay, poison's down, everything is looking good, 1 minion in behind, and as soon as we did that, let's get over. Minion is placed, let's get over here. King is deployed, wall breakers in behind, here we go, siege barrack in behind, and then as soon as they're getting into the base a little bit, we're starting off with the miners. And the nice thing about this, all of the 3 parts are funneling each other, which means the queen is getting funneled by the miners to the right side. The miners are getting funneled by the bottom part into the core, and this is funneling the beginning once again to the outside. All of the 3 things are funneling each other, or like getting the correct pathing into everything on its own. So that's super, super nice and easy to execute. P.E.K.K.A on the outside is tanking for the Royal Champion. Royal Champion is staying in the middle. We have our Warden ability really soon. We're waiting a little bit longer to have our Hawk Riders into the Warden ability as well. Let's put a heal spell on the back end, and we're still the free spell left to get all of the value we want to get in the end, like freeze the enemy queen, the enemy eagle, the enemy inferno tower, and that's it. Once again, another triple. That's as simple as it could be. Like, that's how it works. I think it was once again a max base, and yeah, that's how it works. Pretty easy with Queen Charge Miners right now against any sort of ring base, and I hope you guys learned something in today's video. I hope I see you guys tomorrow again for the next video, and yeah, see you guys then. Until then, and bye bye.